everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are having a lot of fun with a fun stencil. This is a brand new layering stencil by Kathy Zilski that was just released. And we have some fresh new ink cubes and they are so pretty. And I want to base my card around a couple of these colors. So this layering stencil is called Layering Birthday. It's really neat because you can do the letters in different colors and I think that's super fun. So before anything, I'm going to get my new little ink cubes that Simon Says stamp sent over, and I'm going to get them all organized in my little drawer ink cube organizer. I love this so much and it keeps everything so organized and handy. All right, I'll grab a little A2 size piece of 80-pound cardstock. And like I mentioned in my last video, I have such a huge washi tape collection. Many of you agreed that sometimes we don't find uses for it, but I'm going to be using it in my card videos quite often now. Now I am just kind of getting an idea for how many colors that I'm going to need. So I have 4 layering stencils. So I pulled 4 colors that I want to use. I like that you can really see that A2 size right on the stencil. It's going to help make sure that each stencil that you use is lining up correctly. And I'll go ahead and start with the color Cheeky. And my idea here is to start really heavy-handed at the bottom of the letter and then fade into a really nice lighter color towards the top. And I'm going to carry that out through all of my colors. Now you'll see on the right that I tested out some colors that I want to bring into this card. So you'll see which colors I'm using a little bit later, but I like the color combo. It's really pretty and really fresh for summer. So I'm continuing to do a light to dark look and I love how that first layer turned out. Now I'm simply going to grab a little baby wipe and make sure that I clean off my stencil, making sure I also wipe down the front and the back to get it all clean. And now I'll line my second stencil. This color I'm bringing in is called Melon. It's such a pretty orange color. And again, I'm going to do the same technique of going darker and heavy-handed at the bottom and then lighter at the top. And I love those two colors together. They are so pretty. For the third stencil, I'm bringing in the color Lemonade. This is such a pretty color. I love it. It actually looks a little green on camera, which I'm not quite sure. I must have my color a little bit off, but it's a really pretty yellow and it looks really great with the first 2 colors that I chose. And there is the reveal of that pretty stencil. Isn't that pretty? These are so easy. Now I'm moving on to Tide Pool, and here is where I start having a little bit of panic because I again wanted to go a little bit more light in color here, and you can see it gets pretty bold pretty quickly, and this is a color I just need to be a little careful with because it comes on really bold right away. So I'm peeling off my stencil. I am not loving it because it's just, I feel a little too bold compared to everything else. But I thought, why don't I grab this Glitz glitter gel that I have on hand and I am going to bring a little sparkle in. Now I was going to do this the whole time, but once I saw that my kind of turquoise or teal color was a little bit more bold than the rest of my letters, it was a natural choice for me to go ahead and use something to kind of tone it down. So I ended up grabbing this little glitter gel paste and it really solved my little problem of just having it be a little too bold, and I love how this turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and just reveal that. Isn't that pretty? I think it turned out really nice and it added a fun little glittery element as well, which is really exciting. Now I'm grabbing a little sub-sentiment and I'll link the stamp set that I used down below. It is an older Simon Says stamp birthday collection set. I can't quite remember the name of the stamp set, but again, everything will be down below in the description box. And I'm simply going to use my Mini Misty and some Memento ink to get a really nice stamp. And this cute little stamp says, "I wish I could be with you to celebrate your birthday." And I really liked that for a cute little sub-sentiment to this entire colorful look. I thought that was so pretty. So I'm going to stamp that a couple times and then I'm going to grab my Score Buddy and 110-pound cardstock at 11 by 4 1/4, and I will go ahead and get this scored at 5 1/2 to make a top folding A2 size card. I really love that look. You know I love that look. I do it time and time again on my channel. It's just my favorite. Now just open that up, secure it with some magnets so that it doesn't shift while I am building this card. And I'm going to add a little bit of foam tape. I did trim down my panel to, I think it was 4 by 5 1/4. So I just have 1/8 of an inch on each side for a nice tiny margin. I think that looks really nice. And with a little bit of foam tape on the back, I just have some subtle dimension, which I think adds to this card really, really simply, but elevates it really well. And so there we go. That is my cute little card. I think this turned out really, really fun, but we can't be done until we add a little bit of shine. And I have these really fun sequins by Spellbinders. They are so pretty. It's just a natural choice to use this sequins. And there is the final look. Isn't that pretty? It's so simple, so quick and easy to do. And I love how this turned out. Be sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.